It's update time. I'm going through Isle of Wight right now, headed on the 90 span of Ocean City, headed into Ocean City. If you're new to my channel, my name's Jay. I live in the prestigious neighborhood of Ocean Pines, just outside of Ocean City. And I do a lot of update videos and all types of videos in Ocean City, fishing, crabbing, clamming, just kind of hanging out, doing stuff here. But anyway, if you're new to my channel, I appreciate you watching. This is updates of what's going on in Ocean City. If you've been watching for a little bit, then you know that I do these videos, but you also know that winter time is one of the busier times for updates. And then my old school viewers, you guys know exactly what's going on. Essentially what happens is in the fall, let me backtrack. In the summer, people go through the summer, the restaurants and businesses and all that, and they try to make it through to last over the winter. And if they don't, or some of them that don't, or decide to pack up and close, they close normally in the fall or early winter. Now in the winter right now, it's like the dead of winter, February. That's when all the ones that are for sale are bought up. And that's when new restaurants or new businesses are going in trying to get ready to open for the off season. And then you always have those last minute ones like March, April, where someone decides to close like last minute. Someone buys it up real quick and then tries to renovate and open it right before summer. So we're in that mix now where it's the dead of winter and we're starting to see a changeover of some of the places. So if you watch my other videos, there are places that were for sale that are not anymore, and we're gonna go check them out and go try to figure out what's going on. So I will see you probably Uptown Ocean City by the Fenwick line, and we'll start making our way downtown towards the Inlet and end at the Inlet. So I will see you in a minute. Before I forget, while I'm going up there, big shout out to Neo Dawn. I took my hats off for you. I know you wanted an unobstructed view of my dirty dashboard, so here you go. So I took the hats off for you. I know you've requested it a couple of times, so there you have it. All right, we'll see you on the Fenwick line. Just did a U-turn on 139th by the Fenwick Inn, and I'm going to actually check out inside the shopping center, the Holy Macaroni. There's a few locations. The one by the Home Depot and the Walmart is no more. They shut down. And it was up for lease like immediately. So I'm trying to see if this one is still open. And here's Tap House. It's the same owners. I don't see anything. It says it is not open. I'm gonna try to pull it up on my phone real quick, see what I can find out. Hold on a second. All right, here's what I found out. They closed for the season in October, so whether they're gonna open or not this year is, I guess, to be determined at this point. I have not heard anything. I just know that the other one closed down, so I don't know if they were going to close this one down too. We tried it. Me, Ashley, and the kids tried it a while back. It was decent. It was okay. The kids did not like theirs. It had like a smoky flavor to they just got regular mac and cheese, but yeah, it had like a smoky flavor to it, and they did not like it. Ashley and I thought ours was good. We got like the Tuscan one, which was, yeah, it was actually pretty good. But yep, who knows on that one? I guess we'll find out. There's no opening date that they say they're gonna open for the season, which has me to believe they may or may not. So we're gonna head back down towards the Inlet now. This is still for lease right here. This used to be the old Sensations. It's next to Primo Hoagie's Beach Barrels, this building right here. Still for lease. And I got a couple other updates headed south. Roses is one. There's a couple of them. So we're going to find out soon. Right on 130th next to the fire station, there's a golf course, mini golf course going in. They've been doing more work. They stopped for a while and then they started again. So I'm curious to see what happens with that one. Higgins, they should be open in May. They're still closed. A lot of businesses are still on winter and seasonal hours. So most of them open up like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or just Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There are some, like, I believe the Bonfire is closed. They should be open soon. Yeah, reopening February 14th for grottos. So everything is slowly starting to come out. The St. Patrick's Day parade is March 15th. And that's when a lot of them start to really open back up. Up next is Old Roses, and there's an Acme grocery store there. This is set to get demolished soon. I'm not exactly sure when. I just know that they said that it should be happening soon. There were reports that it was, or talks, that there was going to be some townhouses being put in here. I don't know if it's going to be like in this back section. I'm not sure. But I know that there's already been pushback from the community, and I don't blame them, because there's tons of townhouses on the north end that they're still putting in and trying to sell. So I don't know if it's a good idea to put more in. I mean, it seems like a lot, but yeah, anyway, that's what's going on now. The townhouses are not, it's not definite. It was just something that was thrown out there, and then obviously the pushback started. The Acme there's going to be a brand new one built, and I don't know what they're doing with the other lots. I think it was divided up into 4 lots. But yeah, the Roses was the big one that demo should be starting soon. Before I forget, there is another restaurant in that little shopping center, Bluefish. They are staying, they're not going. So just want to clarify that one. They are not going anywhere. So, all right, headed to the next one. I'm passing Rope Walk now on 83rd Street. The Schmegel's Bagels on the corner, if you haven't heard. It's that blue building. It's going to be a Rosenfeld's. They're going back in there. So if you didn't know, they closed down the other location. They're opening up that one. It was announced like a month and a half ago. Old news, but I figured I would throw it in there anyway. The next one that I'm going into is the shopping center, Magnolia Rifle Kids, South Moon Under, Hooked. And it used to be the old Christmas shop that turned into, I think it was a clothing store, but it went out of business. And there's a sign right here, a notice. I haven't seen it. Let's see what it says. If anyone can decipher it, it pretty much says a conditional use to permit an interior fit out with an amusement use that the mayor, City Council may approve in keeping with uses specifically permitted in the commercial zone, local commercial zoning district. So if you can decipher that for me, that would be greatly appreciated, because I have no idea what that means. It sounds like somebody got it though, and somebody took it over. I just don't know what it's going to be. And then speaking of which, we're going to go right across the street over there. I'm just going to cut through this parking lot. Okay, this one, I'm not exactly sure 100% what's going on. There's a whole lot of activity going on here. They're doing a ton of digging in front of the K-Coast over there. You can see the little excavator over there. They also have a landscaping company. They've been trimming all the bushes and cleaning up all like the curb appeal and all that. Now the restaurant was Coastal Creations. That shut down. The K-Coast, I don't think anything was there. I believe all of it was up for sale. But the sign says coming soon, Midtown Roadhouse. So I have no clue if that's going to be in the old Coastal Creations or the K-Coast, or if it's actually the whole thing. I have no idea. But we'll find out soon. They've been working on it for about a week now, week or two. And they've been going pretty quick. So, yeah, so I'm curious to see what goes on that one. But yeah, Midtown Roadhouse is going to be the name of it. As I just drove by that one, K-Coast was completely gutted. So I think I would assume the restaurant is going in there. I just don't know if it's going to take over the whole thing or not. It is a pretty big building. The other one I don't know about. There's been rumors. Can't really confirm it. But OCM Crabs, they did take the sign down out front. But that is still open, and it looks like there's a lot of work going on inside. So I can't really tell you what's going on in there, if they're going to be open back up or not. Now, years ago, they had talked about closing and going to Berlin. I never saw that happen. They came back here, and now everything is closed up. All the picnic tables are gone. The sign was removed out front. Yeah, it looks like a ghost town in there. So, no clue what's going to happen with that one. All right, we're going to keep going down towards the inlet. Here's Bonfire. They open back up February 14th. I'm not going to get into Route 66 diner. If you watch my crab cake review, you would know why. Touch of Italy, that's over here. It's on my left. Passing it right here by the Holiday Inn. The big news with them is they took over the Ocean Pines Yacht Club, and they're starting operations there May 1st. They are not going to be all Italian. It's going to be a big mix of a menu. So lots of options. Should be a good one. I'm kind of curious on that one, see how that one does. I was worried that it was going to be all Italian, because that could be. No one really wants a thick, heavy bowl of pasta when it's 95 degrees outside in the summer. But I don't know, curious to see how it goes. Matt Ort Companies is the one that's running it now. They're going to run it and then to the end of their contract, and then Touch of Italy will take over May 1st. In the dead of winter, this is pretty much coastal highway. Hardly anybody out. The big one coming up is the boat show. The boat show at the convention center. That one's huge. It's a really big event. But that one should be coming up in a couple weeks. I believe it's... I'll have to get the dates for you. But that one's always... It's huge. You'll start seeing like boats. Yeah, boats for sale. The boats everywhere. Everybody, new and used. You'll see them popping up all over. People trying to sell their boats. It's a really big event. Down here, nothing else has really changed much. This is Guido's Burritos, Barn 34. They open in March. Tony Luke's, they're closed. Ripieno's, they're open year round. You can go to them. But everything down here, most of it is just seasonal or weekend. Seasonal, like open on the weekends, or they're closed. So we'll keep going down. I have a couple updates down here. Coming up, we're passing the Embers complex. I believe they call it District 24. Now, this one used to be the Other One Brewing Company. I'm going to pull over into the bus lane real quick. But they are, they're opening it up as craft. It's going to be beer, pizza, and cocktails, and that should be opening soon. The pizza should be pretty good from what I understand. I know that they do have an oven in there made for pizza making, so it should be really, really good. But yeah, that used to be the Other One Brewing Company. He left, and then Kraft took over. So yeah, be on the lookout for that one. That one should be pretty good. Now this lot's for sale. I put it on another video that it was for sale. It's been bought. I don't know what's going in there though. They've been doing a lot of work on it really quickly. Roadhouse, that obviously was bought by the Spain wine bar guy. Nothing going on with that. In fact, the marquee still says everything that has to do with Cowboy Coast. The other big news is Anthony's. That's owned by the Harrison Group. I thought that it was sold. The original owners, I thought, sold it to the Harrison Group, and then the Harrison Group resold it. They did not. They still own it, and they lease it. The lease was with the owners of Surfside Rooster, and from what I heard, I don't know 100% facts on this, but I heard that they are not going to lease it back out, and that's the Surfside Rooster is not going to. So I don't know if they just didn't do as well as what they thought. I'm not sure. He made a post on Facebook, on the Anthony's Facebook page, and then he deleted the whole page. So I don't know if he thought that people were going to see the post and then obviously not be able to go to the page. No clue. I don't know what he was thinking on that one, but he made the post, deleted the page, and that was the end of it. So whether they're opening or not, I think as of right now, my guess is no, they're not going to, which is a shame. So we're going to head towards the Inlet and got a couple more. I'm going to make a detour real quick. I'm going to jump on Baltimore Boulevard, go see the Plaza Hotel. The big news is it's getting torn down. I'm sure you've seen videos all over the place. I did one of it. Hundreds of other people have done it too. We'll just take a quick look though and see what's left of it. Brass Balls, they should be opening soon. That is our favorite breakfast place. Sit out there on the boardwalk. Food's pretty good, but the atmosphere is fantastic. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, it's pretty much gone at this point. Yep. If you remember, the apartments used to be over there, and then the building was right here. That is no more. As of right now, there's no plans to put anything else in place. It's going to be vacant for a little while until they figure out what they want to do with it. It's pretty much rubble at this point. Wow. I know it's sad to see. A lot of people made comments on my last video on it, and it does suck just to see the iconic hotels and motels going away. But I know that a lot of them, it's just the renovation would cost so much, it would not make sense to renovate it. Which I certainly see taking it down and then rebuilding something new. A lot of these were put in the 70s, 80s. We had a guy, an electrician that came to my house. He had to fix some stuff. And he was telling me that he did a lot of the work down here in the 70s. And he was like, the coding was just so different back then. So I can only imagine what it is and how much work would have to be done to get it back up to code. But yeah, that was Beach Plaza Hotel. So, all right, I'm going to head down to the Inlet. This next one I got, been getting a lot of questions on it. So I'm going to try my best to explain this one. Right there is the Oceanic Fishing Pier. Right there. Right here is an empty parking lot. That's Sunset Park. It's just a small little park that goes back there. And the Coast Guard station is right on the corner. That's where that like tall thing is. So right here, this empty lot is going to be a hotel. It's going to be called Kaima. There's no plans to build yet. The approval process went through. I'm assuming he's going to have to resubmit the plans because I know that they only have a certain amount of time before they have to resubmit it. There was a huge issue with parking. They were trying to take over this lot that's owned by the city or to park cars over here. The city said no. Obviously, they're not going to sell it. But they cut a deal with Trimpers. And Trimpers was going to lease out, I guess, some of their lot to them so that they could put cars over there for the guests. Or valet, or I can't remember, valet, something like that. I can't remember the exact specifics of it. It's been so long. But the hotel is going here. It's going to be a high-end hotel. There's no building is being done yet. It's still just the same old empty, vacant lot. So I don't know when it's going to go in. I haven't heard anything of it. I haven't heard anything from the owner. He owns the Kaima. It's like a kitchen and bath place. It's up like towards like Uptown, going towards Fenwick. And then he owns the old Phillips lot that's on like 142nd Street. Up that way used to be like Phillips Bayside Cantina, which was Phillips. He owns that lot too. Hasn't done anything with that either. So no clue what's going on with this one. It's, again, we just wait and find out. So I'm gonna head into the Inlet, and that's my last one. It is flat, calm today. It's a little windy this morning. But I mean, there is nothing out there right now. Flat, calm. They put up all these orange barriers to keep the sand out of the parking lot. I'd say it worked. It did a pretty good job. I know in years past they'd have sand all over here, especially storms, big storms, be sand everywhere, all over the parking lot. It was always a mess. Anyway, my last update is Marty's. I'm not going to go in there because they're working pretty quickly on it. But these storage boxes here are currently housing the games to Marty's, and they're doing a complete renovation of Marty's Playland right there. So should be interested to see. They said they're going to be open soon. March of 2025 is when they're going to open. So next month. I don't know when. Next month, it just says March. But either way, that should be good. As long as it's open in time for like around St. Patrick's Day and all that, it gets busy down here for St. Patrick's Day. If you haven't been to the parade, I would really recommend it. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it gets pretty wild. But yeah, definitely recommend it. That's March 15th is the parade. That's all the updates that I have for now. And I will see you on the next one.